lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. Just remember.
Last week, we saw Brandon Sanfilippo take the win at Homestead Miami Speedway. This week, we go to the 2-mile D-shaped oval. That is Michigan International Speedway. I'm Alan Bergen in the Tony Trapasso Memorial Studio just south of St. Louis, Missouri. And to my virtual right is my good buddy Ashley Ellison Jr. from Delaware. And Ashley, you get to, I'm glad you get to join me in the Tony Trapasso Memorial Studio for a great race. First time here on Racers Elite. Last night you made your debut on Monday Night NASCAR with myself and Dave Regal. But Ashley, how's it going, bud?
Doing pretty good, Alan. Just hanging in there and learning from the best.
Well, hey, I'm glad you came tonight. So we're at 80 laps here at Michigan, as we're going to bring up the race info real quick. Brandon Sanfilippo has the points lead right now. And Ashley, it's a Chamber of Commerce weather type of day. 70 degrees outside is the air temperature, 61% relative humidity. And that track temperature, that so hot track temperature, you can boil an egg. And, I'm glad you're here today, or this evening. 80 laps, and Ashley, as we get rocking and rolling here, qualifying, this league is known for its clean driving style. They take a lot of pride in safety. We have 21 trucks strong tonight, or 20 trucks strong rather, and it's anybody's game really.
Yeah, Michigan can go to any route. I mean, it's going to be a lengthy race. 80 laps around this place is, demanding. And the way that fuel strategy is going to work, you can probably go about 25, 30 laps on fuel. So we're going to see a lot of strategy be playing into play. And I'm looking forward to getting this show started.
Well, like last night, on Monday Night NASCAR with the SNN Stacy Strong Cup Series, they did their Xfinity race at Iowa. You had myself and Dave, but tonight it's just me and you, buddy. A couple of old friends from the R Factor Sim calling a race here on iRacing. But without further ado, right now Rowan Lloyd in that number 61 car holds quick time with a 39.84, and we're gonna go ahead and get trackside and check out some of these guys qualifying. And as you get familiar with these guys over the course of the next hour or so, you're gonna be like, you're gonna want to race this in this league also. But right now, this Kirby Wainscott picked up, won last year at Daytona, sliding across the line, doing it Lightning McQueen style. So there's that. So right now, Kirby Wainscott, as we're gonna try to. Okay, that's different. Anyways, Kirby Wainscott sits currently 7th position with a 39.92. Right now, Sean Dunaway is your fastest car on the racetrack right now, with a 39.75.
Yeah, 39.75 is a decent lap. I'm looking to see if anybody can get faster.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, this track's already slick, so that's going to be something to note also.
Yeah, that track temp is hot. And these trucks are going to be sliding around. These guys are going to have to be easy on the throttle and try not to make any mistakes as they try to put down the lap.
I mean, yeah. What are we going to do this here? We're going to try to fix this real quick. There we go.
There we go. That's a little better.
Hey, sometimes you got to do some things on the McFly. But now we can actually see some of these guys. Blair Holloman, he had a good, strong run last week until he didn't. And it looks like he's done with his qualifying. He's going to grab the provisional pole with a 39.68.
Yeah, these guys are really, really close together. I mean, it's anybody's race at this point as long as the times stay like this.
Well, and so we're talking off air too, Ashley, and you were mentioning about the tire fall off and how since the iRacing update, how sensitive these trucks are to the tire fall off now.
Yeah, this new update that they did, I don't know if it's supposed to be realistic to the real life thing, but man, once these tires get a couple laps on them, you're going to see guys sliding around and getting loose, not intentionally. It's just going to snap out of nowhere.
Well, and I want to mention something real quick. The viewers, if you notice, Sean Merriman is not in the field tonight, and we've been on baby watch since the middle of last season, Ashley, and Sabrina Merriman always cheers on Sean. He always has good run, and well, Sean Merriman is a dad, so from all of us here at SRM, congratulations, Sean. And if you get some,
Congratulations, man.
Sean, if you get time tonight and can break away from the baby and daddy duty, you're more than welcome to join us up here in the Tony Sherpasso Memorial booth. And nonetheless, though, so we got 10 minutes of qualifying. Brandon Sanfilippo is on the track right now. And this is last year's defending champion, Ashley. And he's racing for his Aunt Bernadette, who is battling colon cancer. So, and they got some good news on that front. It looks like it's trending in the right direction for his Aunt Bernadette.
Well, prayers out to him, and I hope all is well and good, and I really hope that things turn around for them.
Yeah, I mean, so he's so this year he's racing awareness, and you might see some cars painted up with Bernadette Strong on it, and that's the reason for that. But we're on pit road. We have Alex Teft, one half of the Teft brothers, and he always sneaks in here. The Teft brothers actually don't really qualify too good. It's like watching RCR. They don't qualify really good, but they're usually there on race day.
Some guys need more than 2 laps to get into a rhythm and be fast, and I know what it's like to be one of those guys.
Right, you are. As we're going to go ahead and do that, make sure that everything looks as it should. Andrew Taft lays down a lap of 39.95. And that's going to be good enough for 15th.
Yeah, the second lap should be a little better. Now he's got the momentum up. He's got the truck wound up.
And coming around for his first lap. That's going to put him 12th quick with a 39.89. And actually, he's Andrew Teft is out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island. I want to guess it's about 5 to 6 hours north of you in Delaware.
No, further.
Further. A little further.
Yeah, it's like 14 hours.
Oh boy, that's a rough ride. But qualifying is completed here, and these guys are going to go ahead and get ready to get in their trucks. And we're going to go ahead and show you the qualifying results here. And Blair Holloman is going to win the pole tonight, along with Sean Dunaway, Trevor Woodward, Rob Yost will be rolling off 4th. Brandon Sanfilippo will be rolling off 5th. Rowan Lloyd will be rolling off 6th. And we're going to hide that, and we are actually going to go ahead and head down to the race trucks here, where these guys are definitely getting lined up, and we will go over your starting grid. On the pole from Middleton, PA, that's Blair Holloman. To his outside in P2, Sean Dunaway from Parts Unknown. The Outsiders Racing driver, number 6 of Trevor Woodward out of Lindsay. Rob Yost Jr. sporting that 00 out of Harrisburg, PA. He's going to start on the inside of row number 3, or on the outside of row number 2. On the inside of row number 3 is Brandon Sanfilippo from Parts Unknown. Rowan Lloyd from Parts Unknown will be on the outside of row number 3. Kyle Hess will start on the inside of row number 4, the driver from Memphis, Tennessee. Lee Campbell will start in that 8th position. Starting 9th will be Philip Archibald from Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. Troy Thomas from Boone, North Carolina will start 10th. And outsider teammate from Hickory, North Carolina, Truth Hope, will start in that 11th position. Alex Steph, 1/2 of the Racers Elite ownership, will start in that 12th spot from Hope Valley, Rhode Island, as Kirby Wayne Scott from Sparta, Kentucky, will start 13th. John Ashby from Parts Unknown will start 14th. Jackson Franklin, again from Parts Unknown, will start in the 15th spot. Starting 16th. The chief cook and bottle washer here at the Racers Elite will start 17th. Kinsley Smith will start 16th. Brandon Honeycutt, Dennis Kane, Jesse Fox, Jason Murdoch, and Matt Metler will start shotgun on the field. And I tell you what, Ashley, it's the iRacing.com pace car. There's only one thing left to do, and that's pull the 5-part harness. Grandma, go get some Michigan Wolverine gear. Because right now it's showtime. We are racing here in Michigan.
And they stay 2 by 2 as they go down the back stretch.
Yeah, 2 by 2, 3 wide at some points. And Blair Hollerman's going to get out to the early lead as they are 3 wide as Trevor Woodward, Sean Dunaway, and Rob Yost Jr. in that 00. Sponsored in a 00 truck there. And they haul it off into turn number 1. Lap number 2, 78 laps to go here from Michigan International Speedway. And actually, you know, these guys are going to be on Dr. Feelgoods for quite some time. And Rob Yost Jr. dives it down to the inside, thinks better of it.
It looks like the Budweiser truck got a little loose coming off of 1 or off of 2.
That is definitely turn number 2. So, you know,
My bad.
As we come to the trial, it's all right. So lap 3, 80 laps goes by pretty quickly here on this 2-mile oval, and Sean Dunaway sets the fastest time of the race so far with the 39.88, and these guys are definitely running close to what they qualified at right now. And Ashley, you know, sometime, you know, throughout the evening, we're definitely going to talk about tire fall off.
Yes, I think it'll be a lap 15, 20, somewhere in there, depending on how these guys are saving their equipment. But we're going to definitely know who's been saving their stuff here later into the run.
Well, right now, everybody's 3 wide, trying to get settled out. And we were talking at the top of the show, Ashley, how clean this league race is. We got Phil Archibald, the meat and the sandwich in between Alex Teft and Lee Campbell there in that 14 truck.
Yeah, strategy is definitely going to be key here. Especially if it stays green flag.
Well, right now at the front, you got Sean Dunaway and Blair Holloman side by side, and everybody else looks like they're going to start to single file out. And, you know, one thing in this league that you'll notice is they're usually, if they're on a super speedway or anything over 2 miles, there's going to be a big checkup that comes. We're looking at Kinsley Smith there in that number 15 Napa Know-How truck. And we're going to go on board with Kinsley Smith and kind of show you what he's facing. driver out of Tarboro, North Carolina. Right behind Truth Hook there. Up 4 spots. He's running P13 right now.
Looks like he's going to have a run off the exit of 2. And as they're side by side, it's basically a drag race going down into 3. We're going to see if he's going to be able to get clear right here, which he should.
We're on board with John Ashby right now. And there's that battle right there.
The wiggle.
You know, actually, you know, this is the sister track to Auto Club, if you will. So you could almost run similar line to Auto Club. If you know how to run that outside, it can be very beneficial to you.
Yeah, I mean, Auto Club's a fun track to run on, especially with these. And these guys are definitely starting to get spread out a little bit.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I want to touch on too. You know, is Brandon Sanfilippo is battling Trevor Woodward for a top 5 spot. There's a lot of new faces in the league this year, and you know, we're 22 trucks strong tonight, 80 laps, so you know, roughly, you know, 65% fuel in the car or in the truck, 5 sets of tires in the pits, minus the one that they have on the truck right now. As that looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh character on the back tailgate of Roland Lloyd's truck there. And the Calamity Corner is going to be coming off this track and going on the pit road. We're going to see green flag pit stops.
Yeah, pit road here is pretty tricky because you go down into 3 carrying a bunch of speed, and you got to slow up, and the transition from the bank into the apron can upset the truck and do all sorts of funny things. And if you're not careful, it'll bite you.
Right, you are. And you know, you don't want the pit road to snake up and bite you. As we want to thank everybody for joining us in the youtube.com live chat. Like we said at the top of the show, Sean Merriman says, "Keep it clean without me, fellas. Daddy duty comes first." And again, we want to congratulate Sean and Sabrina Merriman on the birth of their child. Curtis Ecker says he wishes that he was out there with his chicken coop teammate. And we are trying to get to 4,000 subscribers, Ashley. If we do that, then on the Sunday night, before the end of the regular season, on Sunday Night NASCAR, the Stacey Strong Cup Series, I will be drinking a Yingling Lager. And if we fail to do it, then Dave Regal is going to, well, he's going to sip an ice cold Budweiser, or he can go to the mountains of Busch.
So y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure notifications are turned on.
I mean, we're at 3,070 subscribers right now, so we need roughly about 30 more.
Just need 30 people to join.
I mean, it's free to subscribe. As we got a little side draft action here with Roland Lloyd and Sean Dunaway there.
It looks like the 32 of Holloman may have just grazed the wall just a little bit because he lost a lot of momentum.
Yeah, so that's the thing, is that side draft, it'll actually slow you down a little bit. It's almost like a parachute, really. And you had mentioned side draft last night, and I know you kind of went back and forth with our broadcast partner, Dave Regal, about side drafting on a road course.
No, I said drafting, not side drafting.
Oh, drafting, yeah. Drafting on a road course. And he almost short-circuited on you. But nonetheless, you want to draft here, definitely. These trucks are not the most aerodynamic vehicles on the service.
No, they're not. It's like trying to drive a cow.
Right now, Right now, iRacing or Live Timing and Scoring deems that Philip Archibald and Trevor Woodward are the most exciting battle on the track right now. But here comes Alex Teft getting into the mix. And actually, this is a battle for 6th position. And actually, throw Lee Campbell's name into the hat there.
Yeah, we got a 4-car battle for 6th. I mean, you might as well throw them under a blanket. And they're starting to run this front pack down.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of comers and goers in this league, in this race tonight. As you know, I get to drive the 00 on Thursday evenings, and Sean Dunaway Rob Yost gets to drive it on Tuesday nights. So luckily, I'm in the broadcast booth, or me and Rob Yost would be at an impasse on who's going to drive that 00 truck. Right now, as we look a little deeper in the field, your Season 3 champion, Brandon Sanfilippo, is right now he's running at 6th position. He started 5th, he's running 6th. So, that, he's one of those guys that are always there at the end, Ashley. And so I would be remiss to say that he's struggling. He's definitely not struggling to keep up. He's just there at the end. He always stays out longer than everybody else.
There's some guys that can make it work by staying out like way longer than, you or I would think.
Well,
and I don't know how they do it.
Just when you think you've seen it all, I've seen guys on certain tracks turn the truck off in the corner and then turn it back on. I've seen guys essentially be clutch the car under caution. As I just totally have the wrong camera view. So far behind. But anyway, so I've seen where guys are clutching the truck underneath cautions, turning the truck off on certain tracks, and turning it back on. I've seen a number of ways to save gas. This Trevor Woodward has a bobble there, a moment, if you will, coming down the back straightaway. That's what we want to see. And that's how spread out this field is. So it's a couple of distinct groups, but they as we go high above the track here in the blimp, and I believe they let my other broadcast partner Daniel Paulus Jr. with the keys to the blimp, and he decided he wanted to fly it. So unfortunately, Sim Racing Media does not pay workman's comp if he crashes it, nor do they pay out the insurance claims.
Nope, you're technically fired before you hit the ground.
I mean, hey, if you want to drive the blimp, there's certain risks you got to take with driving the blimp. All I'm saying is we're not responsible for what happens to the blimp.
Ain't that the truth?
Didn't say he could drive it. I'm just saying we're not responsible. Here on lap number 20, and these guys are still duking it out, jockeying for positions, as Trevor Woodward has a moment.
He got big time loose, or somebody made contact with him.
Well, he's still trying to fight and to keep that truck underneath him.
Well, he did a great job saving that piece.
And this is about the time where you see the tire fall off come into effect. As we're 20 laps in.
Looks like it.
And these guys are racing like they're fresh sticker tires. As we are a third of the way through the field. 60 laps to go here. And we've only been racing for 13 minutes, Ashley.
Good Lord, man.
I told you at the
These
top of the
guys
show.
are dicing it out.
I mean, this is the cleanest race you'll ever see tonight. and they'll race like this all night long.
I hope it stays this way because I want to see some strategy.
I mean, the last caution-free race in real life was, I believe, Dale Jarrett back in the late 90s.
Good God. Before my time.
I mean, he was driving for Robert Yates Racing. But nonetheless, Trevor Woodward taking it 3 wide in the middle of the sandwich there. Alex Teft, one half of the Teft brothers. And looks like Kirby Wainscott is on pit road. Think he had enough of his Dr. Feelbad. Matt Mettler.
They should be inside their fuel window now.
Dave's work wife, Matt Mettler there, and the number 17 Toyota Tundra from, the Mid-South Racing and Florida. He's from Florida, Ashley, and I tell you what, I tease him all the time. Florida is the retirement home of the U.S. But you can catch him and Dave Regal Sunday night on the SNN Sunday Night NASCAR Stacy Strong Cup Series. And Ashley, if you liked last night on Monday Night NASCAR, highly advise you to tune in. We have a lot of fun. And, well, it's pretty much 3.5 hours of Matt and Dave taking cheap shots at me. But I'm like Jordan Bennington of the Blues. I just deflect them all.
You got some tough skin, Alan.
You got to in this business. The 23 truck there, Jason Burdick, he's up 5 positions from where he started from, running 16th right now. As these guys are finally going to get settled in and go to work, as up here in the front, in the thick of things, they're still all over the place, still slicing and dicing. Trevor Woodward in that Budweiser car, and I hope Dave Regal's watching this, because I just want to put that truck on there just for him as we got pit stop starting. Sean Dunaway's coming in.
Oh, Teft is around on pit road.
Alex Teft noses it into the wall. We stay green, though. That's going to be a costly error.
A lot of time.
And that's going to give San Filippo the lead there on lap 24 as we got wholesale pit stops. And this is where the race off of pit road is going to be. This is where you're going to see Brandon Sanfilippo try to get as close to lap 40 as he can. More drivers come down pit road. Brandon Sanfilippo comes down pit road. He's going to lead a gaggle of trucks. Matt Mettler decides he's had enough. He's going to come down with the first group. That's going to send... it's going to cycle out. Blair Holloman will be the leader when he comes back around. Kinsley Smith a lap down as he's going to try to get his lap back the hard way. So action picking up here on pit road on lap 25, and I think they're going to short pit the first run, and then if they could have made it to lap 40, I think they would have been able to do it on one stop, but I think they can do it on 2.
Yeah, they could definitely do it on 2. Maybe if you split this last run. This last run should take them to about lap 50. If they stop there, you'd be 5 laps short. And I guess we could see who can save 5 laps under a green flag run.
Well, I tell you what, Brandon Sanfilippo is about as good at saving gas as anybody in this league. And, he'd be the one to do it on the second run right here on lap 26. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in in your homes and on your phones and making Racers Elite and Sim Racing Media your entertainment destination. As Rowan Lloyd has just now set the fastest lap of the race there in 6th position with a 39.82. So he's definitely got some Dr. Feelgoods on that racetrack right now.
I think you have to take tires when you pit. Tires are too important.
You're not wrong. you're not wrong there. And, you know, Brandon Sinflippo has made it back up to that third position. Dennis Kane, a driver we really get to talk about. He's one of those drivers, actually, that are just kind of cautious, patient. He did get a couple wins in the Thursday Night Next Gen Series from in the Next Gen Series on Thursday night. He did get a win there, a couple actually. Kirby Wainscott won twice last year in that number 10 truck, and I nicknamed him Colonel Kirby, driving that finger looking good KOC truck. Working lap number 28, and actually, you know, there's right now we're seeing two grooves of racing right now, and these guys are definitely spread out and able to make time on multiple grooves.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing I like about this place. It's not just one lane, it's two, it's three, you know, four if you're willing to push it.
Working lap 29 here. Blair Holloman comes out of pit road in that first group, and he finds himself leading this piece with over 2.5 seconds as he's going to come down the back straightaway on the very inside. Now, got to wonder, he came down on lap 23, so the fact that he jumped out to over 2.5 seconds over Sean Dunaway is just impressive on this racetrack. But he's able to put it in cruise control, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, he got on pit road good, he got off of pit road good, and that's what happens when you execute.
Yeah, I was in the session before you got here, and I was kind of watching these guys. Rob Yost Jr. was essentially the first one in the session here. Once again, we got 22 trucks signed in tonight to do battle here, and I think Blair Holloman believes he can dethrone Brandon Sanfilippo as Rob Yost takes that second position away from Brandon Sanfilippo. Here's the gaggle of cars, or trucks if you will, and that's a 2.5, almost a 3 second gap back to second and third.
These guys racing side by side like this are just allowing Holloman to pull away.
Yeah, Holloman wants to see it stay side by side. But, I mean, if you think about it, there's the eyeball test. That's what 2.5 seconds look like. As Rob Yost Jr. and Brandon Sanfilippo essentially try to pull off the Indy Snake coming down the back straightaway. And these trucks, I mean, they're probably having a time fighting the wheel coming off the corner. And they're not even straight on the corner. They're essentially having 3 distinct corners with the tri-oval. Andrew Tufton, that Road Ranger Ford number 98, paying homage to Grant Enfinger, or Ty Majeski, or I want to say Ty Majeski in that number 98 truck. But he's the chief cook and bottle washer here for Racing Elite, and it's from Hope Valley, Rhode Island. And right now he's running P4, working that top 5 and working that middle line there, trying to figure out how to get around Brandon Sanfilippo in the 12 truck.
These guys are definitely going at it. I'm loving every minute of it.
That's a cool rock song.
What is?
Loving every minute of it.
That was before my time, buddy.
That was before my time. What are you talking about? Outsiders teammate Trude's Hook, they're running in the 8th position, right behind Jackson Franklin there in the 79 truck. And, you know, these are these are also some top split guys in this league. If you are wanting to get into the Racers Elite Truck Series on Tuesday, contact Andrew Teft on Facebook or in Discord. And if you can't find them that way, message Sim Racing Media on Facebook, and we'll get you pointed in the right direction. They run on every Tuesday. It's $20. We'll get you in the league, and they run 15-week schedules. I know the schedule coming up next week. We will go short track racing at Martinsville for 200 laps, and then I believe it's Darlington after that. I'm not for sure. It's my memory sometimes comes and goes. Working lap 35, Rob Yosten at 00. Andrew Teft in that number 98 running second right now. As Blair Hollerman is just, look, he's done checked out. He's done checked out. That's the eyeball test from Blair Hollerman and Andrew Teft. So we're going to go on board with Andrew Teft. Andrew Teft out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island. That is the deficit that Andrew Teft is facing, trying to catch Blair Hollerman as John Ashby has entered the pit road for reasons unknown.
Might be playing a little strategy.
Yeah, so he might be getting off cycle. So that way, when these guys are all coming down pit road, he's essentially just out there by himself.
Yeah,
170 miles an hour.
Yeah, Teft is slowly starting to chew into this lead a little bit. I mean, he's down to 2.2 seconds.
Yeah.
So it looks like
And so that's the thing is, as we're riding on board with Rob Yost out of Harrisburg, PA, and I think right now, as long as Rob Yost stays directly behind Andrew Teft can get up there and battle with Blair Hollerman.
Yeah, I mean, if these guys work together, they can definitely make it happen.
Right now, working lap 38 here. Rob Yost Jr. is your third place truck right now. Brandon Sanfilippo started fifth. He's right on the nose, or right on the tailgate of that 00 truck. And actually, you know, as Dave pointed out, or alluded to last night, I did drive the Waffle House car last Thursday. So I did the 00 crowd.
Good.
Waffle House is very good. Here comes Brandon Sanfilippo making a move on Rob Yost Jr. for that third position. Can he get a 2-for-1 special and go after Andrew Teft? We do not know. It doesn't look like it. Sean Dunaway making a move on that 79 truck with Jackson Franklin on the inside. Rob Yost Jr. just happens to be there.
Looks like Sam. Oh, I can't even pronounce his name.
It's Sanfilippo.
He has now taken the second position away from Teft.
Yeah, Brandon Sanfilippo. I've figured out in this league, if you can't pronounce it, don't try it. But it's Sanfilippo, or Flipio, or Flipo, or whatever. But meanwhile, so Ashley, a little backstory on Ashley and myself. Ashley Ellison Jr. and I came from the R Factor community, and I think you migrated over to iRacing before I did. Because here in St. Louis we're on budgets. And so we go way back. We race with a guy who races a lot of dirt on the iRacing sim, Jerry Filippo. And, you know, top of the show, we were we were reminiscing of all the guys we raced with that have since migrated over from the R Factor sim. As we definitely got pit stops. And while they're doing their pit stops, Ashley, we're gonna go. We're gonna step aside and go NASCAR side by side, so that way you won't miss a thing here on Sim Racing Media. Working lap 45. Brandon Honeycutt has now taken the lead there in that number 13 truck here on lap 46. Want to welcome everybody back to the Racers Elite Truck Series here in Michigan, live on Sim Racing Media. I'm Alan Bergen, live from the Tony Trapasso Memorial Studio, just south of St. Louis. And Ashley, through 46 laps, it's remained clean and green the whole way. And like I mentioned at the top of the show, this league is actually known for this kind of racing.
I mean, they are putting on a stout show. I'm excited. I haven't seen racing like this on iRacing in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, this league has a 3,000 iRating cap, so you can't race over, you can't be a member if you have a, if you're essentially a pro driver, you can't race in this league. However, though, as Matt Mettler has won the race to the beer stand tonight, that being the first car out. And actually, that's a race that you don't really want to win. You want to win the one that pays the points, and not the points on your license.
Yeah, he said I'm clocking out early.
As Kinsley Smith is a 1 lap down, and right now, as we're watching Jesse Fox in that Sunoco number 69 truck, he's running 20th position. It's right where he started from. We want to thank everybody for joining us here in the YouTube.com live chat. As I encourage everybody to, one, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers. And if we do by the end of the Stacy Strong Cup Series SNN regular season, I'll be drinking a Yingling on the air. But if we don't, then my esteemed broadcast partner Dave Regal will drink he's either going to head to the mountains of Bush, or he's going to drink an ice cold frosty Budweiser, which I'm sure he'll look forward to.
Yeah, those are one of his favorites for sure.
Well, look, I'm the only thing in St. Louis that he could probably tolerate. As Jason Burdick comes in for his pit services.
Oh, overshoots his pit box.
And that's the mistakes that you don't want to make. Blair Holloman is going to go ahead and cycle out back to the race lead as we're working lap 49. And we'll essentially have 30 laps to go here once we cross over that lap 50 mark.
Yep, so if my math is correct, they're probably going to be about 2 laps short.
Well, and that's the thing is, I think if you're Brandon Sanfilippo, who's essentially back there in that 10th position, you're going to let the race come to you. You're hoping for caution. And that's the thing about these leagues, Ashley. And I'm not talking just about the trucks. I'm talking about the Xfinity Series and the Next Gen Series. If you get behind, because the way this league runs, if you get behind early, it's almost impossible to catch up.
That's where you have to hit your marks and execute, and you just essentially got to be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, there's those slouches. I would take anybody in this lineup right now, any 22 of these trucks, and put them up against, and like we could do the Pepsi Challenge with these guys.
I mean, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, you can stick them in any league. They do a lot of special events. Speaking of special events, Ashley, you got a next gen car and you like running Talladega, pay $15 and go run Talladega for 94 laps. It'll be the hardest money you ever make.
What's the cause?
What's the cause?
Yeah.
So, little backstory. Andrew Tuft ran the Podium 500, and some things went down. And basically, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he didn't get paid out like he was supposed to. And, well, the rest is history.
Ooh.
So he puts on money races. Great races. A lot of people. They get good turnouts. And Saturday night, 94 laps, Talladega. I want to say it's, and I can actually look this up really, really fast. Carry the one. 94 laps, and this thing will kick off at 9 Eastern. $15 registration fee, $150 to the winner. And they will randomly select a driver 4th through 43rd to win, and then win $75. And right now they're up to 6 drivers. And it's fixed. It's a fixed setup. So, if you're interested in that, definitely reach out and get in touch with Andrew Tuft, and he will get you all squared away.
Might be something to look into.
I mean, he has great racing all the time. I mean, 94 laps really equates to about 100. But right now, Andrew Tuft is chasing Rob Yost and driving that truck for all it's worth here on lap 54. And like you said, Ashley, they're about 2 laps short if your math is actually mathing.
I mean, if I had to take if my math is right, but I'm not good at math.
Neither am I. That's why we do St. Louis math and kind of get close.
Yeah. So, they're either right on the money or they're a couple laps short. I guess we'll see once we get closer to lap 80.
Well, over 2.5 seasons, I've learned that don't ever try to guess the fuel strategy. Because when you start to zig, they'll start to zag. And we're going to put the pit strategy up on the screen for you, everybody. So, right now, like you said, they're about 2 laps short. That's the pit strategy. So far, their last pit was on lap 42 for some of the drivers, lap 35. And I gotta tell you, these guys swapping positions though. It's Andrew Tuft and Rob Yost Jr. swapping that second position. Andrew Tuft is up 14 spots.
Yeah, I'm looking at this pit stop strategy links, and it looks like Honeycutt, Lloyd, and San Filippo they might be set on fuel here. They might be able to make it to the end.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you could be right. You could be right, but you could be wrong. And it's funny.
That's why I'm not a crew chief.
And that's why you're up here and not on the pit box.
Yeah, I'm like the weatherman, you know?
The only job you get paid for being completely wrong. As for watching Andrew Tuft work the outside underneath Brandon Honeycutt, and this is a battle for second position as essentially the 4-horse race as we approach 22 laps to go, coming to get 21 to go. And I mean, if I was to switch this, iRacing would deem that probably the best battle on the racetrack.
Yeah, there's 4 cars. You might as well put them under a blanket. I mean, these guys are going at it.
I was going to say also, they both started, all three, so Brandon Honeycutt, Jackson Franklin, and Andrew Tuft all started deep in the field and managed to work their way up into the top 5. So we are 21 to go here left in this race, and we've essentially been racing for a little over 41 minutes. Here's Blair Holloman comes out of the, and he's going to get real close to the wall there. And I believe that's coming out of turn number 4. We should be tripping 20 to go right now. 21.
Sure, but it looks like Honeycutt is slowly starting to eat into this lead.
Yeah. So there's the eyeball test. I have a second.
Him and Franklin are coming, son.
Well, you say that, and these guys have been working together all race long. Trying to get up there. As right now, Alex Tuft, Kirby Wainscott, and John Ashby are all 3 in the pits. That's 17th, 18th, and 19th. Now we get 20 to go.
Come down pit road.
Holloman blinks first, and so does Rob Yost Jr. So Rob Yost Jr. took the bait. That's going to cycle Brandon Honeycutt to the lead with 20 laps left in the race. Once again, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in here to YouTube and Sim Racing Media, and we want to thank everybody in the YouTube.com live chat chiming in. Let us know who you're rooting for, and we'll try our best to get them on the air in the next 19 laps. $19 laps to go. Sean Dunaway, and I don't know if this is way before your time, Ashley, But that Gatorade paint scheme just kind of takes you back to the old Miami Dolphin days.
Yeah, that's before my time.
Is there anything that wasn't before your time? Besides iPads and iPads and oh, what's the other gadget? I can't even think of the gadget. Oh, CDs.
CDs were just starting to come into play. So that might be after my time.
Yeah. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Meanwhile, pit stops are starting. Brandon Honeycutt, Kyle Hess, Troy Thomas are all on pit road right now, getting their services. Jackson Franklin is leading this one here with 17 laps to go. And he's got Truth Hook there in a distant second. Almost 2.5 seconds behind.
Yeah, because the Honeycutt has come out behind Holloman. So those 2 laps, or a lap made a difference on where they come out on the racetrack.
And so, and these guys, so once we cycle back through, Holloman, Honeycutt, and San Filippo will essentially be your top 3. As we're looking at Brandon San Filippo right now, Rowan Lloyd will take over the lead as Jackson Franklin and Truth Hook go down pit road and get their services done for what we call the money stop. And right now we're at 16 laps to go here in this one as Lloyd drives off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway.
He's got a 15.5 lead over Burdick.
I mean, that's a long distance, 15.5 seconds. You don't think it's significant, but it's very significant.
That's almost half a track.
As Lloyd and Burdick still have to come down and get their pit services. All Blair Holloman's got to do is ride around and wait for that to essentially happen. Here's Brandon Honeycutt in that 13 truck. He's another one of those guys. He's a decent dirt racer. He won the Next Gen Special event over Thanksgiving weekend last year. And he runs pretty good on dirt with the truck also.
And that's what I love about a varying schedule. You go to different places and different tracks suit different drivers, and it allows it to mix up. It's not like it's the same guy dominating a mile and a half every week.
Well, so you mentioned that, and so I'm gonna do this here. So next week we're at Martinsville. And then on July 3rd we're at Darlington. Or July 2nd. Then the next week we're at Talladega. So you got a half mile, mile and a half, 2.5 mile super speedway. And then we go all the way back down to a half mile. And then in the middle of July we hit the dirt at Eldora.
Yeah, I love the mix-up schedules, And I know there's probably a guy or two in this field that's like, man, I can't wait to get to Eldora. I can't wait to get to Martinsville.
Well, there's quite a few drivers that cringe when they see Eldora come up on the schedule, and there's a few more guys that cringe when they see Martinsville or Darlington. I know I don't run good at Darlington. Last season in season 3 of the Next Gen series, Andrew Tuff kind of let me know that, hey, you're a rolling roadblock. I'm just going ahead and punch you out of the way. as we got 12 laps to go here in this race. And Jason Burdick has yet to come down pit road as he is up 20 spots.
He's still holding the 8.7 second lead. I wonder if he can make it to the end.
I mean, so he last came down. Jason Burdick last came down lap 48. So I mean, unless he knows something that we don't, or he's really good at saving gas. So we got 10 laps to go.
Yeah, he's definitely short, so he might be saving fuel. It sounds like he's saving fuel.
Well, so we got 11 laps to go, and he's yet to come down pit road. Want to thank everybody in the YouTube.com live chat for making us a part of your evening, for choosing Sim Racing Media as your entertainment destination. And Ashley, you know, you came on a good night. Came in to help me out here on a great night, actually. As we talked, like I said, at the top of the show, and I told you there's a great possibility that this is going to go green to checkered, or rag to rag, if you will. So we got 10 laps to go. Jason Burdick still out to that enormous lead, almost 6 seconds, and looks like it's shrinking. He might be getting ready to come down pit road.
Yeah, I've been watching the intervals, and he was just at 8.7, and then in that lap and a half, Holloman's cut it down, 3 seconds.
Yeah, so you got to wonder, is this the time where he thinks about coming down pit road? And he does.
Yep, there he goes.
Now, he's got 10 laps to go. He's got to make it a splash to go. I think he's good on tires. Let's keep an eye on this right here as he brings that big boy's number 23 on the pit road. Overshoots his pit stall.
Just a hair.
And it's a splash and go. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Blair Holloman is going to assume the race lead here with 9 laps to go. Brandon Honeycutt is your second place driver right now with essentially a second and a half lead. It's not very much of a deficit he's got to make up.
No, he's cut it down to 1.3 seconds.
Rob Yost Jr.
As we got a battle for third here.
Yeah, this Jackson Franklin and Rob Yost Jr. Rob Yost Jr. essentially right where he started from in that 00 car. And Jackson Franklin there in that 79 truck up 12 spots from where he started at with 8 laps to go.
And these guys are driving with everything they've got right now.
Well, there you see Andrew Tuft in that 6th position, looking to get a couple more spots. He's up 10 spots. Right now, your biggest mover is Brandon Honeycutt in that 13 truck. So we got 7 laps left here in this race. And actually, we've been only racing for 52 minutes.
I don't know if Holloman's had a problem, but the lead is down to 0.4 of a second.
Well, Brandon Honeycutt is one of those drivers that will make you question your ability, and he'll come out of nowhere and essentially just attack. And I think Brandon Honeycutt has conserved his truck enough that he can be on the offensive.
We definitely have a race for the lead right now.
Well, here comes Brandon. I was going to say, here comes Brandon Honeycutt. He has gotten up to Blair Holloman as Kinsley Smith has made his way down pit road one more time. And we're going to come off of turn 4, and we're going to get 5 phalanges in the air. 5 laps to go here as Brandon Honeycutt and Blair Holloman are drag racing down the front straightaway.
Holloman looks like he's fighting a loose race car right now.
It almost looks like that truck is actually going away on him. And he's got to start moving around. He's been married to the high side.
He's got to do something. But
Well,
he's able to carry the momentum off the corner and not allow Honeycutt to make the pass.
I was going to say, yeah, Blair Holloman is definitely getting a better corner exit. Four to go left in the race here, and Blair Holloman and Brandon Honeycutt are swapping positions back and forth to get the advantage of Blair Holloman coming off of
And
two.
here comes Franklin. We got a 3-car battle for the lead.
Coming down the back straightaway, Jackson Franklin has now gotten himself into the mix. Oh my, are we going to see some fireworks tonight? Coming out of turn 4 to get 3 laps to go. Here comes Jackson Franklin on the inside of Blair Holloman. Does he get a 2-for-1 special going down to the turn number 1? He's going to dive it inside. There are 3 wide as Brendan Honeycutt is the meat in the sandwich in a very turbulent air.
Oh, and Holloman's in the fence.
Holloman tries to knock down the backstretch wall here at Michigan International Speedway. Brandon Honeycutt's going to walk away with the lead out of that battle. Here comes Jackson Franklin coming out of turn number 4. Popsicle sticks are in the air. Coming down to get the popsicle sticks is Jackson Franklin in that 79 truck. 2 laps to go. Jackson Franklin gonna get the lead from Brandon Honeycutt. Coming off of turn number 4, we got a truck on the apron. Sean Dunaway has a moment. Drives it back onto the racetrack. Oh, they touch.
Contact.
Oh, we got a yellow.
We got a caution.
Oh no, Jason Burdick showing us crashed on the live timing.
See what happened to him.
And he just noses it down. We're going to run this back. We're going to break the 4th wall here just momentarily so we can actually see what happened here. As he just came to it. Okay.
He got hit the wall, got loose.
It looks like it's pancaked the right side of his truck and then nosed it down. Nosed it down and just went and parked it on the inside wall there, right there at the opening.
Yeah, so I don't know if that might have been an iRacing caution or an admin thrown caution. I'm not too sure.
Well, so here in this race, the admins always run the caution flags, as we're going to see wholesale pit stops. Stony J,
everybody's coming.
I don't
getting
think
some Dr. Feelgoods.
I don't think there's a driver on the truck that isn't coming down pit road. As Stony J says, solid commentary. Stony, we appreciate the shout out here. As we have 3 to go. We're essentially in NASCAR overtime right now. And it works the same way. They get 1 attempt at a green, white checker flag. They'll take the green flag with 2 to go. We'll bad yellow from Sean Merriman. We'll take 2 laps. If we make it back around before the white flag, whatever happens, happens. If not, we'll re-rack them and restack them. So this one, we're essentially playing with house money.
Looks like the Teft brothers come out off first on pit road.
You don't really see that, but these guys, I hope you get to see this league on a super speedway, Ashley, because watching Alex and Andrew Teft work together is like watching Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart work together. It's almost magic.
It's awesome when you can have a partner like that. Like you know how hard you guys can push each other. You know the moves that you guys are gonna make. You have that level of communication where you can be the guys behind you's eyes and direct him, and you know that you're not gonna spin off the guy's front bumper.
No, and these guys, the Tough brothers will essentially shove each other down the racetrack, and like I said, it's like watching Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart. They will almost try to find each other on the racetrack and go to work. It's like they put their heads down and yeah, go to work. Jason says his monitor lost signal. He tried his best to use the track knowledge to keep it low. Why was that caution thrown? I was off the racing surface. You got to stop to wonder if that was an iRacing caution. But I mean, one caution for 78 laps isn't horrible.
No, not at all. But now we're gonna see a very interesting ending to this.
Yeah, as we are doubled up Noah's Ark style behind the iRacing.com pace car. That beautiful iRacing.com Chevy Silverado, I should say. And your front row is going to be Andrew Tuft and Alex Tuft, the Tuft brothers. And then you got Blair Holloman and Brandon Honeycutt there on the second row. So I almost, Ashley, I really almost don't like... almost don't like having to start on that front row.
No, there's pros and cons of starting on the front row.
Well,
you get clean air, but then you got to worry about the people behind you.
The iRacing.com pace truck pulls off to the pit road. We are back to green flag racing for NASCAR overtime. Here we go. We are 3 wide. Andrew Tuft gets the advantage. We are 2 laps to go down the back straightaway. Ooh. They touch. Brandon Honeycutt hits the apron. He's going to drive it back on. All Andrew Tuft's got to do is protect, and then he will get popsicle sticks come down.
Oh, we got one spinning.
As long as Andrew Tuft crosses the finish line, whatever happens, happens. Popsicle sticks go down. Blair Hollyman will get the white flag. 1 lap to go here in Michigan. Blair Hollyman looking for his first win of the season. He's got Jackson Franklin. Andrew Tuft is right behind him. And they're spinning.
Oh, they're wrecking.
Brandon Honeycutt almost goes upside down. It doesn't matter. This is the race for the win.
To the green. We'll race into the checker.
Blair Holloman is your leader, coming off of turn number 4 and crossing the line. Blair Holloman will finish the race off and win. Jackson Franklin will finish second, and Andrew Tuft, the chief cook and bottle washer here at Racers Elite, will finish in 3rd. Holy cow. Oh my. Oh my. Blair Holloman crosses the line first. What a race. And I want to go back and check this out with Brandon Honeycutt. It looks like Rob
tagged by the 00.
And he almost puts it right on his lid. I want to back this up and let's see who was around him at the time of the caution. I mean, what a finish this race. So we're gonna do this. Let's oh man, just
yeah, I don't. I don't know about that.
What a way to have this finish. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Blair Holloman puts it in victory lane, and we're gonna have a quick chat with Mr. Blair Holloman here in just a second. We're gonna start getting these guys up to the broadcast booth. Find him. And then this is my other guy. Well, we'll talk to your race winner. Blair, it's Alan and Ashley in the SRM booth. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty well, guys. How's it going up there?
Well, look, a wild finish to a wild race. You know, late race caution goes out, and then chaos essentially happens right behind you. Take us through that last lap, and when did you realize that you had this race pretty much won?
The only time I really thought that I truly had like a grasp on it was coming down that backstretch with 2 to go. I could see the 79 had a really good run, and he was going to the low side. And I figured if I could put the truck down there on the painted line, I could probably pack enough air on the front of his truck where he couldn't gain on me through the corner. He'd come off of 4, and I saw that happen. I for once, I was like, yes, I have a shot. Just 4 corners, don't wreck the truck, just keep it clean, and we can get it done.
Well, look, man, you punched your ticket into the playoffs now with the win here tonight. All you got to do is show up for the rest of the season. You're in your DRBN. So next week we go to Martinsville next week. What's your thoughts on short track racing in Martinsville? What's going to be your approach, knowing that you don't have to essentially win a race now, and you just got to show up?
With Martinsville, that track's more about survival. I mean, every time I run it in an official race, I know it's pure chaos. It's entertaining for, like, if you're watching for chaos, but trying to drive it for the race is kind of scary. But my approach is try to qualify up front, try to stay out of harm's way. I know when you run somebody over there, more than likely they're going to repay the favor. So definitely try not to make anybody angry is the goal when we get to Martinsville.
Well, look, man, before we get you out of here, is there anybody that you would like to thank to help get you here tonight?
Yeah, my team captain, Rob Yost Jr., is actually my half-brother. Wanted to give a shout-out to him because when he went to look for another truck league, he said, let's check out these guys, and I went and looked at some of the races from the prior season. I was like, you know what? These guys seem pretty respectable. And the first 2 races in, I've seen nothing but respectful racing, and I enjoy it here. So definitely glad he brought me along.
Well, on that note, once again, congratulations on the win here tonight, and we'll see you next week in Martinsville.
Thank you, guys. I'll catch you.
And that is Blair Holloman of Zoo Yost Racing. And we're going to go ahead and bring up our Ashley. We're going to go ahead and give you the second place driver here tonight.
All right.
And Ashley, you got Jackson Franklin with you.
All right, Jackson, it's Ashley up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Great race today. Congrats on the second place finish. What are your thoughts about that late race caution coming out?
Oh, man, I can't say what I was saying, man. Oh, my God. I was on that last run there. I looked down. I seen I was just about 5 seconds behind the leader. And then I just kept chugging. And then they kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then once I got to the door, I was like, man, I know there's going to be a caution come out. And then the next lap, I'll be darned, yellow comes out. Then, I mean, it is what it is. And then I kind of screwed up a little bit on the pit road, but it's all right. I'll take a second.
Did you take tires on that last pit stop, or did you just take fuel?
I took all 4, and I kind of instantly regretted it when I seen a guy only take 2 in front of me. I was like, wow. I didn't even think of that. But yeah, I took 4.
Well, congrats on the second place. I know that caution didn't play out in your favor. We go to Martinsville next week. Are you looking forward to it, or is that like a track that you struggle at?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm more of a fan of the short tracks. I kind of think I struggle more with these longer racetracks, but we'll see what happens.
Alrighty. Well, before I cut you loose, is there anybody you want to thank?
No, sir. I mainly just want to thank y'all for putting this on.
Well, we appreciate you for coming out and supporting us, and we'll catch you at Martinsville next week.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yep, not a problem. See you later.
And last but certainly not least, rounding out the podium, the chief cook and bottle washer of Racers Elite. And hopefully in 4 years, I'll get to call him Dr. Andrew Tuft.
Yeah, that'd be nice. How's it going, guys?
Oh man, look, that last restart, and Ashley is our new guy here, with Racers Elite or with SRM checking it out, and I told him at the beginning of the show, I said, look, this league prides themselves on running clean, and being clean, and once we lined up for that green and white checkered, and I saw Alex right behind you. I told Ashley, I said, look, this is going to be pure magic. It's like watching Tony Stewart and Dale Jr. back in the day just drafting off of each other. So, did you think you had a safety net when you saw Alex lining up behind you?
I was kind of bummed he got behind me. I actually thought he was going to go above me. I was planning on him going above me. I thought I left the lane, but looked like he got behind me and tried to push me instead, and then I just got loose. And I don't think I touched anything, but I probably made some guys check up there. So sorry about that. But yeah, I was running 5th. Figured take a gamble, and I lose a few spots. Maybe I wind back up 5th. Hopefully don't get wrecked, and actually kind of netted 2. So I guess I'll take it.
Well, like next week, we move off of the 2-mile D-shaped oval, and we head to the short track of Martinsville. How do you run at Martinsville? Are you a fan of it, or are you against it, or is it just a track that you put on the schedule to get some variety in there?
Yeah, I actually enjoy short tracks quite a bit, but too many of them can chase people away. So I tried to sprinkle a few extra now that guys are getting a little bit more experienced out there. But yeah, absolutely looking forward to it.
And Andrew, before we get you out of here, is there anybody that you would like to thank to help get you here tonight?
Yeah, my team, SRM, as always. You guys put on a great broadcast. If anybody's looking for broadcasting, check them out over at Sim Racing Media. Our servicemen and women, my family for letting me play all the time. Everybody that tunes in to watch and shows up to race. It's a lot of fun, and just a lot to look forward to this season. We've also got a race this Saturday night to a Talladega 250. It's a money event, so come check it out. Come race with us. You can find all the info at racerselite.com.
And Andrew, I assume that you're still recruiting for the Tuesday Night Truck League. If you want to get in on that, it's $20 to enter for the season. They're very clean, 3,000 iRating max. If they want to enter in that, get a hold of Andrew Tuft at Racers Elite on Facebook, or you can get a hold of myself here at Sim Racing Media, and we'll put you in the right direction to Andrew. And Andrew, I've said it for 2.5 seasons now. I mean, you guys, this is one league that I will always support, and you definitely have my support, whether it's up here in the booth or down on the racetrack.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's a pleasure.
All right, Andrew, we're going to go ahead and get you out of here and let you celebrate that third place finish with your teammates, and we'll see you next week in Martinsville.
Yep, and congrats to Blair.
All right, and that is going to conclude the interview portion of the race here, Ashley, as we get ready to run down the final results here. We will go ahead and get that up on the screen for everybody. Coming away with the win tonight is Blair Holloman. Jackson Franklin will come away with P2. Andrew Tepp will round out your podium, finishing third. Both starting 13th spots from where they both ending 13 spots where they started from. Rob Yost Jr. will finish fourth, and rounding out your top five will be Trevor Woodward. Sean Dunaway will finish sixth. Brandon Sanfilippo, your defending champion, will finish seventh. Philip Archambault will finish eighth. Kyle Hess will finish ninth. Rounding out your top 10 will be Dennis Kane. Colonel Kirby will finish 11th. Truth Hoke will finish 12th. 13th will go to Alex Tuft. Excuse me. Lee Campbell will finish 14th. Troy Thomas will finish 15th. 16th will go to Rowan Lloyd. Jesse Fox will finish 17th. And Brandon Honeycutt will finish 18th. So we scroll up here. Finishing 19th will be John Ashby. Jason Burdick, who had connection issues, will finish 20th. 21st will go to Kinsley Smith. And winning the race to the beer stand will be one Matt Metler. So we go ahead and we close the book here on this Tuesday night from Michigan. I want to call it Michigan Avenue. Michigan International Speedway. And Ashley, this is your first race here with the Racers Elite. What were your thoughts as you watched this race?
As I was watching this thing, man, I was really impressed with these guys. I mean, they ran 77, 78 laps, caution free. I mean, side by side, 3 wide, 4 wide at times. I mean, Dyson and bobbing and weaving, and it was just kind of hard to, talk while you're watching it. And I had a blast doing this. Like, I mean, if anybody's looking for a truck league, I would recommend coming here because you're going to be raced with respect. And it's pretty much up in your hands how your night goes, the way it seems.
Yeah, and like we pointed out at the top of the show, this is one of those leagues where it's very easy to get behind. But with that being said, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight on your phones and in your homes, making SRM and Racers Elite your entertainment destination. With that being said, for Alan Bergen and Ashley Ellison Jr., as you walk through life, please don't play in traffic. Good night.